Once upon a time, I stumbled upon a documentary about Acre, a city in Israel that has a rich history and a unique cultural mix. I was immediately intrigued by the city's architecture, a blend of Ottoman, Crusader, and Arab influences, and its strategic location on the Mediterranean coast. I did some research and learned that Acre is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with a history dating back to the Canaanite period. It has been ruled by various empires and civilizations over the centuries, including the Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, Crusaders, Ottomans, and British. Each of these cultures left their mark on the city's buildings, streets, and traditions. I was particularly drawn to the history of the Knights Hospitallers, a Christian military order that was based in Acre during the Crusaders. The knights built an impressive fortress in the city, which I knew I had to see with my own eyes. I booked a trip to Acre and was not disappointed. The city's winding alleys, colorful markets, and ancient ruins took me back in time. I spent hours exploring the Crusader fortress and the Turkish bazaar. The video I have prepared for you is a visual journey through the streets of Acre, a beautiful city that blends the old and the new. The city has a rich history that dates back thousands of years, and it is evident in the ancient architecture and design that you will see in the video. As you stroll through the narrow streets and alleys, you will notice that old stone walls and buildings that have stood the test of time. The traditional markets and bazaars are also a sight to behold, with vendors selling spices, fabrics, and handmade goods. But Acre is not just a city of the past. You will also see modern buildings and shops that coexist alongside the ancient structures. The blend of old and new creates a unique and captivating atmosphere that is unlike any other city. This video is just the beginning of our journey through Acre. In my other videos, we will explore the museums, ancient ruins, and other notable sites of the beautiful city by the sea. So, stay tuned for more exciting adventures in Acre. The streets of Acre are a fascinating blend of different architectural styles and historical periods, reflecting the city's rich and diverse cultural heritage. Walking through the city, you can see ancient ruins, medieval fortifications, Ottoman-era buildings, and modern constructions side by side. The old city of Acre is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is full of narrow alleys, stone houses, and charming courtyards. Many of the buildings date back to the Crusader period, and they have been preserved or restored over the centuries. The walls of the old city are particularly impressive, with massive stone blocks and towers that have stood the test of time. As you explore the streets of Acre, you will also come across many beautiful examples of Islamic architecture, such as the Al Jazar Mosque and the Turkish bathhouse. These buildings feature intricate geometric patterns, ornate tile work, and soaring domes that create a sense of grandeur and elegance. In contrast, the modern parts of Acre have a more practical and functional feel, with concrete buildings and bustling streets filled with shops and restaurants. However, even in these areas you can find glimpses of the city's history and culture, such as the vibrant murals that adorn many walls or the colorful street art that adds a touch of whimsy and creativity to the cityscape. Overall, Acre is a city of contrasts, where ancient and modern coexist in a harmonious and fascinating way. Whether you are interested in history, architecture, or just the simple pleasures of exploring a new place, Acre has something to offer for everyone. Acre, also known as Acre, is a city in northern Israel that has a long and rich history. The city has been consciously inhabited since at least at the 3rd millennium BCE and has been ruled by various empires and civilizations throughout its history. In ancient times, Acre was an important Phoenician port city and later became a part of the Persian Empire. It was conquered by Alexander the Great in 332 BCE and later became a part of the Seleucid Empire. In the 1st century BCE, Acre came under the control of the Roman Empire and was an important center of early Christianity. It later fell under Byzantine control and was conquered by the Muslim armies of the Rashid Caliphate in the 7th century. The city was captured by the Crusaders in the 12th century and became an important stronghold of the Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem. It was also an important center of the Knights Templar and Knights Hospitalier. In the 13th century, Acre was captured by the Muslim Mamluk Sultanate and became an important port and trading center. It was also an important center of Islamic scholarship and culture during this time. During the Ottoman period, which began in the 16th century, Acre became an important center of trade and commerce. It was also an important center of Jewish life, with many Jews living in the city and surrounding areas. In the 18th and early 20th centuries, Acre was an important center of the Arab nationalist movement and played a key role in the struggle against British colonial rule. Today, Acre is a vibrant and thriving city with a rich cultural heritage. Its ancient streets, fortifications, and architecture are a testament to the city's long and storied history, while its modern attractions, including museums, markets, and restaurants, offer visitors a unique and unforgettable experience. In terms of modern politics, Acre is located in Israel, a country with a complex political situation. Israel has a democratic political system, with a president who holds mainly ceremonial duties, and a prime minister who is the head of government. The country has a diverse population, with Jewish people making up the majority, but also significant Muslim, Christian, and other minority communities. The politics of Israel are shaped by the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, which is a complex and multifaceted issue that has been ongoing for decades. This conflict is rooted in competing claims to the land and has led to many disputes over territory, resources, and other issues. While Acre itself is not at the center of this conflict, it has been impacted by it in various ways, including its proximity to the border with Lebanon and its historical and religious significance to multiple groups in the region. Despite the challenges posed by the ongoing conflict, Acre continues to be a vibrant and important city in Israel and a popular destination for tourists from around the world.